Real estate for beginners with no money. In this episode, we're going to cover how to get started in real estate investing with no money. So, hey, a lot of people come to us, and the longer you're in this business, yes, money makes it easier for doors to open, but it doesn't mean you need money necessarily to get started. And actually, the more you're in it, more people actually will give you money to partner with you and do other projects. But anyways, in this episode specifically, we're going to talk about points of entry and how to get started if you are new at real estate investing. Let's get started. So I'm going to share with you guys a couple things that I have all new students do, everybody that we work with that's brand new. Because a lot of times people have already done some research on real estate. You kind of know enough about it. You're just unsure on where to get going. You don't have necessarily the funds to go take down a building or a house or whatever. But the biggest thing that we've found is limiting beliefs and also our network. So taking action and starting to get more comfortable talking and meeting with real estate investors. I know a lot of people tell people, or a lot of coaches tell people, just go out there and tell people that you're an expert and say you have all this stuff. I just say be new and be honest and be sincere, and people will actually want to help you. That's what I have found, at least. So remember that when going out and meeting with people, just be transparent. Let them know you're new, because if you let them know that you're new, they're going to try to help you and give you that knowledge. If you're an expert in your positioning, typically a good investor is going to know anyways. So you don't want to necessarily posture like that. Be humble, take action. So what's the first action we have people do? I need you to write this down. REIA.org, the REIA National Meetup Groups, REIA.org. So if you look at that, they're in every major city. And it's a national meetup, and what you can do is it's once a month. There's a fee to it. It's small, maybe I hear as little as $5 and as much as $25. Maybe it's more than that, but it's once a month, and you get several hours with other experts in the area. Typically, you're going to go through a market analysis, what's going on in your market, what's selling, what's not selling, inventory, you name it, things like that. So that's nice to know. You definitely want to know that. But why I encourage everybody to go, it gets you out of your comfort zone. Now you're going to go get to network with agents, real estate investors, general contractors, wholesalers, just a mix of everybody in the real estate space. This is why I encourage it, because one, being in front of your computer screen, watching a video about real estate is a totally different deal than going out and getting out of your comfort zone, getting out of your house and going to a meetup. It shows that you're committed to it, at least to go through the process. REIA.org, I recommend it to every single person. Go to the next meeting if you can. What's the big reason for going that? Networking. I can never stress enough that you need to be well networked in this business. If you're sitting at home and you don't have a network, how are deals going to come to you? How are opportunities going to be presented to you? Or how are you going to present them to other people? So getting out in the real estate investor community, shaking hands, meeting people, even if you think they're competition, the odds are it's a big industry. There's plenty of room for everybody. Get out and meet and see what people are actually doing. Go look at houses, look at opportunities, see what's being done. If you see a house being worked on, I often stop, go meet with the owner, the contractor, the wholesaler, whoever it is, and see what they're doing and get to know them a little bit. You want to do the same thing. Network. You've heard this before. Your network is your net worth. I cannot emphasize that enough. Start to network, meet people. I'm going to share with you the lowest point of entry, which I think is in the real estate market. But before we do that, I want you to do me a favor. Give me a thumbs up or make a comment if there is a reason why or what has held you back from investing in real estate. Before we get into these other ones, I want to know what's held you back from getting going in real estate. So things that are low point of entry, wholesaling, you've probably heard of it before. You get into the wholesaling market, it's more boots on the ground. You could do door knocking, flyers, you could make phone calls to people that are in distress. There's so many different ways. You could go to work for a wholesaler as well and learn from somebody that's already been through that. So Wholesaling is a lower point of entry. You could learn why you earn. Oftentimes I see people go to work for a wholesaler and then at some point, maybe a year down the road, they've earned some money, they've understand how it works, and now they're doing it on their own. That could be something that you do as well. Learn why you earn. Do wholesaling. One thing that I really like, a low point of entry, is the Airbnb market or vacation rentals. This is something that you don't necessarily need to financially take down the property, but you get a leverage that someone else has it as a rental. You tie it up as a rental and then you do it as a short-term rental, so you're able to monetize on top of your base rent. So let's say you're paying $1,500 a month in rent. Maybe you rent it out and you get, $2,500. So you're pocketing that $1,000 extra every single month. So if you want to get started and learn more about Airbnbs, we have a video here. You should check it out. That will give you more information on getting started with Airbnb, and specifically, we just don't have all that time in this particular video to get into it, but we do here. Check it out. To find it, if you could search for how to start an Airbnb with no money. So here's the thing. You'll hear me say this all the time. You don't have to have money to find deals. You just have to be well networked. That's why I can never emphasize enough to be well networked. Even if someone else finds the deal, you could daisy chain and broker that deal to somebody else and make some money. But let's just say you're not worried about doing the heavy lifting and you hunt and you find those deals. You need to be able to execute and find the deals. You'll find the money. If you're able to underwrite and understand how a deal works, figuring out what the rehab cost is, what margins you need to have, and your ARV, after repair value. If you're able to articulate or extract that and present that in a way that another investor, hard money lender, private money lender, whoever, typically they'll invest in that project. You could partner with someone on it. And the better that you articulate that and they feel compelled like someone else is going to do it, you could negotiate your percentage. Meaning you could stay in the deal and actually have no money. Let's just say all those options fail. No one wants to partner with you. I don't know, they don't like your shirt, whatever it might be. What you can do at the end of the day is you could still wholesale that deal. So being able to find the deal is great. I always teach people, instead of the wholesaling piece, can you partner with someone and let them do some of the heavy lifting? You get to earn while you're learning. And through that process, while you earn, you could save up and start doing your own deals without having to partner. But at the end of the day, it's a way for you to get into the market with very little or no money, just your time and expertise. The better you become an expert at finding the deal and knowing how to put that deal together, the more money you're going to make. Period, the end. Find the deal, you'll find the money. Here's the thing. You're probably wondering, how do I get started? How do I find these deals? You didn't talk to me about that, John. Well, shame on me. And for doing so, I'm going to give you free 100 ways to find off-market deals. Just click on the link below. It's yours, absolutely free for watching this video. Just go ahead and get started. Hey, and when you find these deals, send them to me. Let's talk about them. Come on.